Is 9:49. The Scenic Railway roller coaster was part of Margate holidays and day trips for more than a century. Now its owners have closed it down permanently, saying the wooden ride had reached the end of its current life.
Locals and roller coaster fans say they won't take the decision lying down and have asked the Culture Secretary to intervene. Our reporter Kim Mackenzie can tell us more.
It's generated screams of fear and excitement since 1920. The scenic railway that became synonymous with Margate and life beside the seaside in Kent. But after many ups and downs, from multiple fires to closure and then restoration, its owners have announced the country's oldest roller coaster is being closed for good. And locals are outraged.
It's a disgrace. I mean, Dreamland has been here for so long. It's part of our heritage. Everybody that is in Margate loves the roller coaster.
Since it got rebuilt, it's brought people in from all over the world. I know a YouTuber called Theme Park Worldwide who comes down here just to go on that roller coaster, and he's devastated as well by it.
The Scenic Railway, which is the heart of Margate, and Dreamland won't be Dreamland without it. And basically, they just don't care.
Dave Collard used to run the ride in the early 2000s.
You take the ride for a test, you walk around it in the morning, you see hundreds of people waiting and it wasn't even its heyday then, it's when it started to decline. But it was still so busy. And I'm just so upset that it's been allowed to get to the state it's in. It could do so well under the correct management.
The owners said after an extensive process of consultation and inspections, the ride is no longer viable, claiming it would require 5 hours of checks per day to operate it. But the town's mayor says this is about investment.
It's such an important part of Margate's heritage for local people and visitors. Everyone's got a story about the Scenic Railway and Dreamland, and I think some of the magic gets lost if you can't experience these heritage assets. It's one thing to look at them, it's another thing to rattle around the coaster. I think that they made a decision that maybe was with financial reasons, but I think that with these things they're worth the extra investment for our culture and our history.
The owners of Dreamland told us that while the ride had come to the end of its current life, it was committed to finding a new long-term plan to reinvent the scenic railway and would be putting out a public call for suggestions. But many are unwilling to accept the ride is over. The deputy leader of Thanet District Council has written to the Secretary of State for Culture, Media and Sport, Lisa Nandy, urging her to intervene and save the roller coaster from closure. Councillor Helen Whitehead has requested a review of listed building legislation, saying that operation, not just the structure, should be protected. For many local people here, this isn't the end of an iconic ride, it's the beginning of a battle to save it. Kim Mackenzie, BBC News, Margate.
Let's talk to Lorraine Barnard, who's a lifelong fan of the ride and local historian as well. Nick Evans, good morning to you both.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. OK, Lorraine, where are you when it comes to this, in terms of this ride? You know, there are issues with it in terms of maintenance and potential safety issues. It's been there a long time, but the idea of not seeing it in action is heartbreaking for so many.
It is absolutely. But when they reopened it and they spent all the money, and the idea was to have it as a vintage amusement park, why did they not look into the future? It's only 10 years since, and now suddenly, out of the blue, they're not going to keep it running. I just don't understand it. It's very emotional for everyone that comes from Margate. Margate is a buzzing town. Everyone cares about it that lives down here, and it really is the main focus of going into Dreamland for everyone. There's other rides there, but the Scenic Railway is the ride everyone wants to go on and have gone on for generations, like my family. We're into the third generation now of going down there and, oh yeah, Nan and Grandad went on it, Mum and Dad went on it, and now we're hoping our son will have children and his children will go on it. The same for everyone in Margate. Everyone has the same history as me, generations going on to the Scenic Railway.
I should say, Dreamland have given us a statement saying it is committed to finding a new long-term plan to invent the Scenic Railway. for it to be enjoyed by future generations, because, of course, Lorraine, this is what you were saying, it's in our history, or it's in the history, certainly, of those who've enjoyed Margate. As a first phase of repurposing, Dreamland has invited the Dreamland Heritage Trust to collaborate on a pop-up exhibit for this summer, but a long-term plan for the new lease of life for the Scenic Railway will be announced in due course, following a public call-out for suggestions and further consultation with planning experts. It does just show, doesn't it, Nick, that, you know, the power of the people, it does cut through.
Yes, it does. And certainly this week there's been rising tensions in trying to get the Scenic Railway reopened or running again. Even this morning, there's a peaceful protest gathering planned outside of Dreamland. A petition has already been started and I think has got about 500 signatures in the past 24 hours to get Dreamland's management to reconsider its decision. It's really come as a bolt from the blue, this announcement earlier this week. And many people are really upset by the whole thing.
Nick, morning to you. Just, I mean, Lorraine gave us a really good sense of the magic of the ride. Just for those people who haven't been on it and witnessed it themselves, wherein lies the magic of this particular ride?
Right. Well, the Scenic Railway is the third oldest structure of its kind in the world. And what helped it get its Grade 2 star listing in the early 2020s was the fact that every ride is slightly different thanks to the brakeman on the train. He's the guy who stands between the two carriages of the train as it goes around, and it's his job to apply the brake at relevant points on the ride to ensure the speed is correct, either to get up the hill or to get safely around the corners. And as I say, part of the feature of the listing was the brakeman and the fact that every ride was slightly different as a result of how he operated the train. Certainly, rattling away out of the station, you go up a steep hill to start with, and so everyone's on edge, quite literally, I think, as the train would climb up the hill and then let loose for the rest of the circuit. It's quite an amazing thing, going up and down round tight corners at what seems like ever faster speeds until you're safely brought in at the end of the ride back into the station again.
I tell you what, Lorraine, both you and Nick, I think, have given everyone who weren't able to go on it, because it's now closed, a real sense of why it was so special.
Yes, absolutely. And as Nick was saying, from the moment you're queuing up as well, you're hoping and praying, you're counting the numbers of people in front of you, hoping you're getting on the front row. I don't know if you've always felt like that, Nick, that you want to be on the very front of it. It's quite scary being on the front of it, but yeah, absolutely fantastic going on it. The adrenaline that's in everyone and the excitement and just the happiness of people going on a ride. It's fantastic. We need happiness in this world, and the Scenic Railway gives everyone that.
Absolutely. Lorraine, thank you. Nick, we have got no time left, but front seat for you. You would always go for the front seat, would you?
No, I'd go for the back, actually. The train lifts as it comes around the corners.
Controversial. Everyone's got a view on a roller coaster. Thanks, both.
Lovely to chat to you. Thank you very much.
That's it from Breakfast Today. Back tomorrow from 6. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.